Hello and welcome to the Overly Animated Podcast, where we take animation seriously. We provide fan-oriented and analytic discussion on a variety of animated shows, movies, and anime. We're currently featuring Steven Universe, Miraculous Ladybug, the new Powerpuff Girls, and Star vs. the Forces of Evil, and Ruby, among others. I'm Justin Cummings, and today I'm joined by Michelle Anderer.
Hello.
This, ladies and gentlemen, is the return of the Feedback Podcast. Today, we are giving feedback on the recent Steven Universe episode, Gem Harvest. Almost said Gem Hunt, but no, we're talking about Gem Harvest today. A few days ago, there was the original podcast for Gem Harvest where Sam, Michelle, and Dylan broke down the episode, talked all about it. You can listen to that, this podcast, all our podcasts at overlyanimated.com, or by searching Overly Animated on iTunes or your favorite podcatcher, including Stitcher, which is my new favorite.
Oh my god.
The Stitcher saga will never die. I would like to give a disclaimer. I want to give a disclaimer, everybody. I'm home for Thanksgiving break, and longtime listeners know my house Wi-Fi sucks. I left my good microphone at school, so I'm on my old microphone, and just got a new recorder. So if there is any issue with our quality, I assure you this is a temporary issue for this episode. Please don't hate us. We love you, and just please bear with any discrepancies you might hear tonight, or this morning, or whenever it is you're listening. Michelle, hi.
Hi.
So, you gave your feedback on, or you gave your thoughts rather, on the first podcast we did on this episode. Can you give us just a quick summation of your thoughts on this episode now that you've had a while to digest?
Yeah, sure. I mean, my impression of the episode was it wasn't like, I think both you and I kind of assumed that because it was a two-parter that something really big was going to happen, at least in the second half of the episodes, but that wasn't really the case. I mean, it was a pretty chill episode, all things considered. I don't want to get into any, political stuff, but, it definitely left a taste in people's mouths, for sure.
Yeah.
I feel pretty okay with it. I feel like the tone and the message that the episode was going for was good, and I'm glad that they went that way. And I don't really have any problems with it, but I feel like maybe some people would disagree with that.
Yeah, my thoughts are, they probably planned this as the Thanksgiving special, which, I mean, you can tell by the look of it.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
Which, it's kind of becoming a Cartoon Network thing now to do Thanksgiving specials. Our regular show kind of started that trend. But I think when they wrote this, I'm sure when they wrote this episode, all those jokes seemed really well planted, they made sense, they were funny, and I'm sure that even the Crewniverse, as they're sitting there kind of watching the past couple weeks, they're like, oh, this is not
I was wondering
good
that
timing.
too, yeah, we're like, oh jeez, everyone's gonna react so badly to this episode now.
It's like, no.
Yeah, there's no way they could have known.
It's like, we just wanted to make more jokes about them being actual aliens, like the Pearl driver license joke. This is not what we had in mind, we're sorry.
Yeah.
But, I mean, definitely there was an agenda there, I'm sure, but it's kind of heightened by the past few weeks, I feel. I feel
exactly.
like, had this episode aired in any other context, it would have not gotten any backlash at all.
Probably not. It probably would have been really well received.
Yeah, but like you said, we expected something big because it was a half-hour special, and to quote the Chowder series finale, anything can happen in one of these half-hour specials. And, yeah, it was very chill, though. It was definitely, I mean, I enjoyed it. I thought it was one of the funniest episodes we've gotten in a long time. I thought I heard Dylan was not a big fan of the table corn scene with
I love the tables!
That was
brilliant.
So
great! There were some really good one-liners in that segment.
The corn would really hate the table. This Lapis was just brilliant, just the whole thing, and Pearl says, everybody been thanked? Raise your hand if you got thanked.
Oh my god. Oh,
that's such
so
the mom thing to do. Everyone share your feelings now.
Oh my god.
That, the beginning scene with Steve and I'm on a tractor, and the celebrations. I literally sat there rewinding and replaying the celebration scene 40 times. We're all gonna marry each other! Ta-da!
I can't believe they got a tombstone with his name on it for him as a sign of goodwill. This is pretty amazing.
We're sorry for your marriage. How about we got a little being born and dying? We tried to cover all the human celebrations.
Honestly.
Pearl's inflection on that line was just so perfect, with the being born and dying. It was just it's so satisfying to listen to. It truly is. But the highlight of this episode is, of course, Pumpkin, our sweet, adorable angel who can do no wrong.
Pumpkin's okay.
He's perfect in every way.
He's a pumpkin. A lot to live up to.
So I guess you could say that going from the watermelon dog to the pumpkin dog is a changing of the gourd.
What?
Changing of the gourd instead of changing of the guard. Gourd, get it?
Oh my god.
Because a pumpkin is a gourd.
No.
I thought it was funny.
I'm sure you did, Justin.
But we're not here for pumpkin jokes, ladies and gentlemen. We're here because you gave us feedback, albeit very minimal feedback, and apparently Dylan said not political feedback. And so we got like 2 things. So we may have shot ourselves in the foot. I mean, I get Dylan's trying to avoid politics for the feedback, but I now have nothing to work with. So this is going to be a rather short episode. I don't even know where to start. Let's get into it with the overly animated website where you can leave comments in the comment section. Our patron, Garfield, aka John, left us the wonderful message, surprised the corn didn't hear Peridot. It's all ears.
Oh, I remember actually seeing that comment, and I was like, oh my god, Justin's found his soulmate.
And as Alex kindly pointed out, that was the corniest joke they could have made.
Yeah, seriously. You're in good company, man.
Danielle Crowder was all over the comment section talking about how great Peridot was, how the gem celebrating all the human holidays was great. Note they left out birthdays, because I think they all kind of want to forget that one happened.
Oh my god, that's probably true. That's probably why they didn't.
It's like, birthdays don't go well in that barn. I didn't do this, Steven. Why are you lying? And also talking about Steven seeing Greg's side of the family and Pearl's relationship with Greg now.
Yeah, it really has developed. I mean, she's like proud of him sort of now in relation to the rest of his family. One. Yeah. I noticed that.
And then frequent commenter Steve talked about, in this episode we got to see how Pearl and Lapis have grown. First Pearl saying our Greg is the superior Greg, and Lapis just getting along with everyone in general. As far as he's concerned, Lapis is part of the team. She's definitely a crystal gem now. Said, I wonder if Andy's gonna stay with Lapis and Peridot when he visits. If so, are they going to get him hooked on Camp Pining Hearts?
Oh, I feel like that's definitely possible. I don't think anyone's safe from getting hooked on that show. It seems to have a lot of mass appeal.
And I feel like we're gonna get a scene where Andy's like, I can't believe those two didn't end up together. Clearly they're a perfect couple. They're American. Or something like that.
And Peridot's like, I know, right? Look at my diagram of all the ships. It could totally happen.
He continued on, Uncle Andy's not so bad. Have you seen Uncle Ruckus from the Boondocks? Now that is a character that is much worse. If we wanted to have a worst uncle competition in cartoons, I'm sure we could find worse than Uncle Andy. Who's technically, I believe, a first cousin once removed. Would you agree?
Is he?
Well, I mean, he talked to... Steven made that comment.
I don't
my first cousin once removed. I would like to think that he is. And then finally he said, I want Uncle Andy and the rest of the family to meet the Maheshwarans.
I think he'd like the Maheshwarans. They're very chill, normal, and like respectful people as far as he's concerned, so he'd probably love that.
I want Steven to get love advice on dating Connie from Uncle Andy.
Ew, why no? He'd be so old-timey.
Here's what I want. I want Connie I want Steven to say, hey Connie, you want to hang out? And Connie goes, sure, it's a date, not meaning anything by it. Steven freak out, go to Uncle Andy for advice. He shows up like tux, bow tie, flowers, chocolate, and Connie's just there in sweatpants like, dude, I thought we were playing video games.
Yeah.
That is the best way to use Uncle Andy going forward. Like, that is what we need.
Uncle Andy will be king of the D+.
I just want like a montage of like Uncle Andy training Steven for a first date. I feel there's potential for comedy gold.
Opening doors for her.
Throwing the jacket down.
Heels, yeah.
And I don't see this as like a normal training montage. It's just like over the top. Like they have like a whole line of restaurant tabs lined up, and Steven's like, boom, 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 like going down the line, like all the restaurant tabs, like jacket over puddle, hold the door,
yeah,
like a gauntlet.
Too.
He's got to have like the gauntlet of chivalry to get through.
Sounds awful.
The chivalry gauntlet. He'll have to learn.
Like Connie would be like so not into that though.
Steven, your final challenge: how to hold 2 sets of doors.
Oh my god.
Dun, dun. As a guy who was grown up being told chivalry must not be dead, you must keep it alive or you're a horrible male. Yeah, that's not easy to do, because you gotta open the one door, but then you gotta like push past him to get to the second door, but how do you do that without being rude?
But Steven can just stretch his arms out, so it'd be easy for him.
And Uncle Andy would be impressed. I want to see,
yeah, he would.
The more we talk about this, the more this sounds like a fun sequence of events.
Oh my god.
See, you're not disagreeing.
No comment.
No comment. And finally, there was a request for more drunk podcasts, which they'll happen eventually. I know that I will be sober for those because I'm a little boy.
They're actually harder to coordinate than, yeah. One day it'll happen.
I'll just drink like 2 Monsters and a Mountain Dew before we start. And
that would be such an interesting contrast, because everybody else would be like really sleepy and you'll be like super awake.
Especially if we talk about B-movie, because when I get excited, my voice gets high, and I've been told it sounds like Jerry Seinfeld already. So if y'all are like half conscious and I'm sitting here, but guys, the B-movie and the bees and the honey and the
You seen the B-movie?
I love the B-movie.
Okay.
According to
all
that's
not what really happens in the movie.
Yes, it is, because the bees need honey and the people are stealing the honey from the bees.
Oh my god, the movie is so much.
I love it, but that's not what we're talking about today.
That's what we're talking about right now.
Let's move on to YouTube next. You can also leave comments on our YouTube. First off, Ella says hi. We said hi back. And they said, OMG, you replied. And I want to take this opportunity to tell everyone we will probably reply or at least acknowledge it or talk about it. We love people. We're a relatively small podcast. We're not Rooster Teeth. We're not screen junkies. We can answer everybody. So don't be scared of us. We're nice people. Talk to us. We love talking back. Would you agree, Michelle?
Sure. Some of us more than others, I guess.
I talk back. You talk back.
Too.
Sam is a quiet person at times. But most of us are happy to say hi back. Especially the official account will say hi back. So, yeah. So just say hi to us. We're nice people, I promise. I want to say this is Davidson HDW says everyone has that conservative uncle who shows up for Thanksgiving. It's the law. And I have to agree with that.
Yeah, I have to agree with that too.
I feel like it's the trope that we hadn't seen yet, and we kind of had to see it, and now that we've seen it, we don't need to see it again. It's okay.
Yeah, I kind of hope we don't see it again, but who knows.
And then finally, from John Dark 66, we wish you a happy gem givings. Have a piece of pumpkin puppers on me. Which, hashtag pumpkin puppers is my new favorite line of all time.
Does that mean it would be dead if we were eating it for
Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving?
Pumpkin. I don't know. Will we grow more of them? Can we just raise a kennel of pumpkin puppies?
Then again, Steven totally ate the baby melon after he got murdered, so maybe they would not care about eating the pumpkin dog.
I feel like Lapis and Peridot would care.
Yeah, they would be so mad.
I feel like even Amethyst would care. Because Amethyst seemed to really take to the little guy.
Yeah, she's like bonded with him.
When she turned into the little pumpkin.
Yeah.
Our next, moving on, all that we have left now is 2 emails I got personally. First one comes from a new commenter, I believe, Joseph, who says, "Hey, Justin Delaney and whoever else is there. That's you, Michelle."
I'm whoever else. Wow,
Welcome
nice.
to being whoever else. I don't understand why Andy didn't say a word when Steven summoned his shield, Amethyst shape-shifted, or why there was a sentient pumpkin. Which, yeah, it's like he freaked out about, like, hippies and his plane, but not, the pumpkin was talking. I mean, he gave the little comment of, "you little freak of nature," but he seemed rather chill with the pumpkin dog.
He did. Maybe for him, he only reacts to very specific things he's uncomfortable with. And then things are, like, really outlandish he doesn't even have, like, a grasp on, so it's not as much of an issue for him.
Can we talk about how great the scene where he's like, "I know what you are. The weird machines, the strange appearance, the gems.
Yeah.
You're hippies!"
Oh
that was beautiful. That was just a great the delivery on that was great. Do you happen to know the actor for Uncle Andy?
I don't, but we can find out.
We, now, using the wonderful Google, are going to find out who played Uncle Andy. This is one of our famous live segments that Michelle and I like to do here. Randomly Googling things that we should have known beforehand if we were more prepared. Let's see. Okay, while I'm looking this up...
Oh, Dave Willis is the voice actor. Whoever Dave Willis is the guy.
While I'm looking up Dave Willis on IMDb...
He seems like a normal guy. I mean, I wonder what else he's done.
Does he remind you... Did Uncle Andy remind you at all of Marty? Did he look like Marty to anyone else?
I mean, only his hair, I guess.
I know, but when he took the hair off, I'm like, Marty? Because, I mean, think about it. If Marty... And that would explain why Marty hung out with Greg and why Greg left with Marty if he was, his second cousin or something.
I think that's too much of a coincidence, though.
I want it to be true. This show has made points from lower before. So... Oh, my goodness. It's Meatwad from Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Oh, okay.
And our neighbor Carl.
Right.
That makes sense. That actually, now that I think about Carl, that's, okay, that actually, you know what, that just seals the deal. That is definitely who that is. Okay.
Oh, he's actually done a bunch of stuff. Okay, good for this guy.
Go Dave Willis.
Yeah, go Dave. Good for you.
Wow. So definitely, yeah. And then there was another thing from Joseph that made me very happy, and I just had to read this. Also, Dylan is mean to you, Justin, but you are amazing. Stay determined. That's sort of a self-plug also, since you're reading it out now. I just read what I am given to work with. Dylan said, Justin, read the feedback. I got the feedback. I'm reading it. If it said Dylan's the best, I would read it just much more reluctantly. I just like to point out, this is the fourth time that we have had a person say that I'm the best. I feel like our younger audience likes me the most just because I'm basically a child.
Yeah, I was gonna say, maybe you're more relatable to the youth demographic.
The youth of tomorrow love me. Because I am a small child, basically. And our final email, we gotta stretch this podcast out. We gotta think of a segment.
We're almost at 20 minutes. We're doing pretty okay.
I want to hit almost 30. I would
what?
like to get close to 30. At least 25.
No, I have one email left. No, I'm not gonna spend 10 minutes on it.
We can do this. I will read the patrons slowly. Our final email is from our patron, Jaane Ke Garfield. And this, we kind of get a little political, not much. Of course, we're only 9 days removed. This was when we got this email. We're way late on doing this episode. We're 9 days removed from the end of a contentious and at times dark election cycle, but it still has a great message about bridging the divide, a lesson we could all learn. Andy has to know about the Gem side, and Greg and Steven have to learn more about Andy, who is alone after his family split different ways. Especially now, though clearly, again, they didn't know this would be airing after how the election turned out, it's a good message. Wish Andy had a little bit more build-up like Bismuth had, but otherwise a decent episode. Hashtag, make Beach City great again, Dewey 2020. I'll vote for Mayor Dewey.
I mean, he's the only one in the running as far as we know, so...
Pearl for mayor?
No, if it's between Pearl and Dewey, Pearl would be so amazing.
Mayor
she would revolutionize. Yeah,
Mayor
her own head on a van. That'd be so cool.
So here's our segment that we're gonna do for this last few minutes. We're gonna predict the campaign between Mayor Dewey and Pearl for mayor of Beach City.
God.
So
campaign.
So who is Steven managing? Is he campaign manager for Mayor Dewey? Or is he campaign manager for Pearl? Because he has ties to both.
He has way more ties to Pearl than to Dewey.
But he's already worked with Mayor Dewey in the past.
He works with Pearl every time they go on missions, though.
But political favors.
He's an O of Dewey any political favors. He saved him from getting killed by a mob. His debt has been repaid.
True.
If he ever had one, yeah.
True. Then who would be, maybe Buck Dewey could be his campaign manager?
Yeah, Buck could actually do a good job if he, cared enough, which I don't know if he would.
I'm trying to think who would be the way I see this going is that Amethyst becomes Pearl's campaign bus. Shape-shifting into the Pearl bus with Pearl's head on top. Just going in the most obnoxious Amethyst voice possible. Mayor Pearl!
Amethyst herself, yeah.
I would enjoy that. I anticipate a car crash at some point between the two campaign vehicles. And how do you think the city would actually vote? Would they vote for the alien? Or would they vote for their incumbent mayor?
I feel like they would vote for Mayor Dewey because Pearl would do too good a job solving all the actual problems, and it would be, like, overwhelming for them, so they'd stick to what they already know out of fear of change. So they'd vote for Dewey. And Pearl would be like, they don't know what they want, the fools! But then she'd get over it.
And then, Amethyst would be like, you can be mayor of the temple. Yeah! And everyone would be happy, and then a little star would close on Pearl wearing a little hat, and it'd be great.
There we go. We've already concocted 2 new episodes in the span of this podcast. That's pretty good work.
The real question is, why are we not on the writing staff? Because we've been doing stellar work for the past 20 minutes.
Yeah, seriously. We should write them a letter.
We should. Start a petition, y'all. We need to get this going. Let's use my fan base.
At least 5 signatures before we send out the petition.
Hey. 10, double digits. Come on, be professional.
No, I think 5 might be more realistic, though.
I am optimistic as always.
Yes, you are.
So, apparently, Steven Universe will return December 1st, I've heard, with 3 Gems and a Baby.
Yeah, that'll be exciting.
The song, I believe, we heard at NYCC, I think.
Yeah.
I've not listened to it. And there's a post going around, please do not believe it, anyone, saying that this will be the series finale. It's not the series finale. The show's been renewed for another season.
Heck? Yeah.
Some groups there's no new episodes listed right after that, so it's probably the series finale because they haven't given any more episode titles. It's not the finale. We have 40 more episodes ordered, so don't freak out. Not the finale. Just another new episode, December 1st. So, see you all then for an episode discussion and then feedback right after that. Coming up podcast, Ruby, I think Star is back, Powerpuff Girls, all that jazz next week. I guess we'll do a roundtable for Thanksgiving, or we might just take the week off. I don't know yet. I'll let you guys know.
Yeah, we'll find out.
Dylan hasn't told us, so we don't know. I know I missed this week's Total Drama review. There will be 2, it'll be like a combo going up tomorrow of episode 8 and 9 of Total Drama Action. Sorry about that, guys. It was a very hectic week. And yeah, that's all I have to plug. Michelle, do you have anything to plug?
Nope.
Well, in that
That's
case, as always, everyone, thank you so much for listening. Leave us iTunes reviews if you enjoyed the show. Those help more people find us, and you want more people listening so you can have more friends to talk to about this. If you want to support us financially, you can do that by going to patreon.com/overlyanimated. It is a great way to contribute. There's all kinds of rewards. You can get your name read on every podcast, plus your patron-exclusive nickname. Thank you so much to our current patrons, Mitch, Cordell, Beatrice, Nate, Andy, Jamie, Rachel, John, Ryan, Catherine, Taylor, Devon, Jade, John, Phoenician, Victoria, and Katrin, a.k.a. Fever Mitch, Cordell University, Beatrix Lestrange, Nathan Fillion, Buzz Lightyear, Mailman, Rachel Rose, Johnny Robert, Brian, Cookie Cat, Needle, Diamond Day, Joel, Garfield, Fusion, Skylark, and Patron Katrin. That's everyone. We're good. Sorry, everyone, this was such a short episode of possible terrible quality. We will be back to our normal selves soon. Enjoy the holidays. Enjoy Thanksgiving if you're in America. Enjoy the last week of November if you are not in America.
Anyone else?
Just enjoy whatever candy giving out holiday is coming up next for you. And we will see you all guys next time. Bye.
Bye.